Hey guys, I'm Mark McKillier with liveanabolic.com, and I get a lot of questions from you guys, from men all over the world, matter of fact, and today I want to answer one of those questions, and that is, what is the correct rep range for us older guys? All right, well, that is a tough question and answer. And guys, there is no definitive answer. So that's why sit down and get ready, because I'm going to start riffing here for a minute, because there's a ton of different factors that come into play here. And everybody's different. So I want to try to cover all the different bases, and then you can figure out kind of where you fit in to which category, and then, you can basically take my advice on the rep range for that particular group of people. All right. So first of all, the scientifically proven rep range to build the most muscle, and that's what we're after, guys, right? Building muscle is between 8 and 12 reps. But that is not a hard, fast rule. So if you're trying to get just strong as hell and you don't care quite as much about building muscle, then you're going to be doing fewer reps, like 3 or 4 reps. But I absolutely recommend that you guys never do that. I never do that, especially guys our age. Why is that? Because to pick a weight that is so heavy that you can only do 3 or 4 or 5 reps means you're putting a ton of stress, not just on your muscles, but on your joints, your ligaments, your tendons, okay, your back. And that just is something you could do when you were in your 20s and not have to worry so much about it. But now that we're in our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, all right, just stupid. And what's the benefit? There's a huge downside, and there's basically no upside. So screw it. Don't ever pick a weight that you can only do for 3 or 4 or 5 reps. I want everybody, no matter what kind of condition you're in, even if you're an advanced lifter in really good shape like myself, I never pick a weight that is so heavy that I can't do it at least 8 times. All right, now let's talk about guys that are not in great shape, beginners. Maybe you haven't lifted ever, or in the last 20 years, maybe you're real overweight. What's the best rep range for you? All right, for you guys, I recommend you go higher than 12 reps. 15, maybe even 20. I don't think really any higher than 20. Now, why do I say that? Well, guys, it's because you're more interested in burning fat along with building muscle, all right? So if you're 40, 50 pounds overweight or even more, putting on 5 or 6 pounds of muscle is not that important. You're not gonna really be able to see it. What's important is losing all that fat that's covering up the muscle that you already have. So why put on 5 pounds of muscle if it's gonna be covered by 50 pounds of fat? So when you do higher rep ranges, of course, you're going to be burning more calories while you're lifting the weights, all right? Plus, it gets you out of breath. It creates a metabolic conditioning situation where your heart rate gets elevated for a longer period of time, because it takes longer to do 15 reps or 20 reps than it does to do 8, okay? That actually puts more stress on your body. And then what happens is, after your workout is all over, okay, let's say you've done a 45-minute workout and you've been focusing on kind of the 15 to 20 rep range throughout the entire workout, your body is going to continue to burn more calories, even now that you're resting, than it otherwise would if you had been doing lower rep with higher weights. Okay, it's called the EPOC effect, EPOC, and that stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Okay, a lot of people just call it the afterburn effect. And depending on how intense your workout was, how much effort you put in it, how many reps, how many sets, that EPOC effect can last for up to 24 hours. So when you do a workout really tough like that and put in a lot of intensity, you're going to get really sweaty, you're going to get really out of breath, okay, your heart rate's going to skyrocket. You see a 24-hour benefit, not just the 45 minutes that you were doing your workout, all right? So guys, I think that's a great rep range for beginners, 15 to 20. And the other reason that that's great, not just for burning calories and losing fat, is you're going to have to pick a weight that's pretty light if you can do it with good form for 15 to 20 reps. And what does that mean? It means you're less likely to get injured. okay? So when you're just starting off, guys, trust me, you're going to be all gung-ho and excited about this, okay? And I've been there too. And you hit your workout, and then the next morning you wake up and you can barely move your arms or your legs or your chest is killing you, whatever muscle groups you worked. So, and then you kind of get depressed, okay, because you just feel so damn sore. You don't want to get that workout in that day, okay? So lifting a lighter weight with good form for higher number of reps puts less stress on your ligaments, your tendons, your joints, your muscles, okay? It's just easier overall on your body. And that's what my Fit After 50 program does. In phase 1, we start with much lighter weights and higher rep counts. And then as we go through the phases, okay, I slowly, turn up the knob on you guys. Things get more intense and more difficult, and then we start adding more weight and we start lowering our rep counts. Okay, let's cover a different situation. Let's talk about guys like myself that are in pretty good shape, okay? And you don't have to be in fantastic shape, but let's say you've been working out a while. You get it, okay? But guess what? You got some injuries, and I don't mean catastrophic injuries. I just mean aches and pains like I have. Tendinitis is a real typical example. So what I've learned to do is listen to my body, and I've figured out ways to change my rep range up depending on what injury or what soreness I'm having to deal with. And let me give you some examples that are straight out of my playbook, okay? These are how I overcome my several injuries, and I should say not so much injury, just soreness, okay? These are just kind of chronic problems that, may never really go away. They don't prevent me from doing anything. But I have some tendinitis in my left shoulder. Never hurts. I can play golf, I can play tennis, I can run, I can lift weights, no big deal. But if I start doing chest exercises and I don't rest very long between sets, man, that tendinitis starts to flare up and it gets kind of like a burning effect, okay? And so what happens is when I'm doing my next set, I have to stop before my chest muscles get exhausted, but I'm stopping because my tendinitis has gotten so painful I can't bear it. But I've figured out, okay, if I don't do real high reps, keep it to no more than about 12. And if I don't do real high weight, keep it to a minimum of 8 reps, then it doesn't aggravate my tendinitis so much. And I need to rest longer between sets. Okay, so if I do a set of, let's say, dumbbell presses, my tendinitis starts to kind of flare up a little bit. And if I only rest for 45 seconds or a minute and then do another set, my tendinitis hadn't had time to kind of calm down. And then that second and third and fourth sets really start to hurt, okay? And then once again, this becomes the limiting factor, okay? I have to stop before my muscles fatigue. I have to stop because my shoulders bother me. So I have learned that if I rest 2 to 3 minutes between sets, have no problem with my shoulder, okay? Now, if you're trying to lose a lot of weight, right? I was just telling you a minute ago, we want to keep that heart rate up. You want to be breathing hard, burn a lot of calories. Resting long periods of time between sets is not a good strategy, okay? But I'm not looking to burn fat. I'm just looking to build muscle. And so this is how I've gotten around it. That's a shoulder problem. I have some, kind of tendinitis that flares up in my biceps and my elbow from time to time. And it's a very similar deal. I really can no longer lift real heavy weight when I'm doing biceps. But I've learned that I can build muscle in my arms without doing heavy weight. So guys, I just have to check my ego at the door, and I don't care what the other guys think that are looking at me, and I'm lifting much lighter weight than I normally would have before I got this tendinitis. Once again, I go real slow, controlled, really good form, and remember, slow is safe. So that's how I get around the tendinitis in my biceps, okay? Same thing with lower back. I got some disc problems in my lower back. I've just learned to avoid certain exercises altogether. I don't hardly do squats anymore. But if I do, I pick a weight that is so light that I can do it 12 to 15 reps, right? Once again, It's a weight that's not so heavy it's going to cause any kind of physical damage to my body. It's not going to injure my disc, okay? I see these guys. I have a young friend at the gym who's 19 years old, okay? And he always gets me to come spot him on his leg day. And he's a little skinny guy, okay? He weighs about 152 pounds, but he can push some weight around. But the problem is he's doing these squats with so much weight, he can only do 2 reps. I mean, guys, it hurts my back looking at him do a weight that's so heavy that he just can barely get it up twice. And I mean, he is struggling and screaming and yelling. I mean, I keep telling him, don't do it. You're going to blow out your back, and then you're not going to be able to lift for 2 years. And he won't listen to me. He's 19, right? You were the same way. So guys, what is the perfect rep range for us older guys? Hopefully I got across to you. The point is there is no perfect range. However, don't ever do a weight that's so heavy that you can't do at least 8 reps with really good form. And then also, I really don't think you need to pick a weight that's so light that you can do over 20 reps. So if you pick a weight that you know, once you get to 20 and you stop and you think, if Mark was there holding a gun to my head, I could have done another 10 or 15 reps. That was way too light of a weight. Okay, so pick a weight that's going to cause fatigue at a maximum of 20 reps, all right? So guys, there you have it. That is how you need to think about rep ranges and your age and listening to your body. It's really not that hard. You'll figure it out, okay? So there's going to be a little trial and error. And the other question I get all the time is, how much weight should I use on a given exercise? Now, that's a whole nother video, but it's very similar to this video, okay? And I'll shoot that at another time. Anyway, guys, hope you liked the video. And please be sure and subscribe to this channel. We got tons of great content coming your way. Give us a little thumbs up. Share this with some of your buddies. Guys, I know you have a ton of friends out there your age that need to hear this kind of advice. And then finally, guys, this is not going to happen overnight, right? That means you have to always stick with it and never give up on yourself.